1st July 2026. Episode 145. Abhimanyu faces an internal conflict over his growing attachment to Akshara while trying to honor family obligations. Arohi grows increasingly possessive, creating early friction between the Birla and Goenka households. Episode 146. Abhimanyu grows concern for Manjari's health and prioritizes her well-being, trying to keep mounting Birla mansion tensions from disrupting his professional duties. 2nd July 2026. Episode 147. Swarna faces emotional pressure after a hidden family dynamic comes to light. The confrontation hints at the deepening emotional ties, pulling Akshara and Abhimanyu closer despite family obstacles. Episode 148. The confrontation's aftermath ripples through both households as the young leads manage internal conflicts while protecting their parents from public scrutiny. 3rd July 2026. Episode 149. Abhimanyu uncovers a deep-seated secret about the Goenka family's past while handling a hospital crisis and shielding a fragile Manjari from escalating domestic trauma. Episode 150. Abhimanyu makes a firm decision about his familial duties after a direct confrontation. Akshara steps in to mediate between the two warring families. 4th July 2026. Episode 151. Manish Goenka seeks common ground to ease Birla-Goenka friction. Akshara manages a delicate emotional breakdown to preserve family peace. Episode 152. Akshara and Abhimanyu share a quite vulnerable moment away from family drama, but Arohi's rising insecurities begin complicating their dynamic. 5th July 2026. Episode 153. A sudden crisis puts Akshara in difficulty at work. Abhimanyu crosses professional boundaries to support her, deepening tensions with the Birla doctors. Episode 154. A family event is organized to unite both households, but underlying misunderstandings simmer beneath the surface. The unaddressed tension between Akshara and Abhimanyu remains palpable. 6th July 2026. Episode 155. Abhimanyu loses control over his anger regarding a Birla family crisis. Akshara intervenes to prevent the escalating friction from worsening the elder's health. Episode 156. Abhimanyu is visibly traumatized after a major family disaster. Akshara tries to anchor his emotional state while long-hidden secrets begin leaking outside the household. 7th July 2026. Episode 157. The tangled romance and medical family stakes reach a boiling point. Abhimanyu attempts to address a growing domestic rift while shielding Akshara from ongoing friction. Episode 158. Ongoing domestic secrets put immense pressure on both households. The focus shifts to preventing permanent family rifts from impacting fragile elders. 8th July 2026. Episode 159. Abhimanyu reaches his breaking point over accusations against Manjari, warning he'll walk away from his inheritance if her peace is compromised. Akshara soothes his anxiety by singing over a call. Episode 160. Arohi discovers a clue linking Abhimanyu's medical breakthroughs to Akshara's hidden sacrifices. Fearing her sister's closeness with Abhimanyu, she intercepts a critical file to pass it off as her own. 9th July 2026. Episode 161. Manish officially prohibits the sisters from interacting with the Birlas. However, a child's medical emergency at a charitable camp forces Akshara and Abhimanyu to cross paths unexpectedly. Episode 162. Forced to manage the camp crisis together, Akshara accidentally reveals hints of her real feelings before pulling back to maintain family boundaries. 10th July 2026. Episode 163. Aarohi arrives at the camp unannounced. Witnessing the undeniable chemistry between the two, she orchestrates a scene to remind Abhimanyu of his obligations toward her. Episode 164. A landslide traps Akshara. Abhimanyu ignores rescue warnings and rushes in to shield her from debris, leaving Aarohi deeply resentful. 11 July 2026. Episode 165. The rescue's emotional aftermath deepens the rift between the sisters. Aarohi confronts Akshara at home, accusing her of stealing the spotlight and sabotaging her career. Episode 106. Manjari senses Abhimanyu's attachment to Akshara and tries to talk to him. Misreading the situation, Harshvardhan assumes the alliance is with Aarohi and plans a sudden proposal. 12th July 2026. Episode 167. The Birlas formally send a marriage proposal to the Goenkas. While Abhimanyu believes he is marrying Akshara, the legal documents explicitly name Aarohi, setting up an impending disaster. Episode 168. Akshara faces a profound dilemma as her family favors Aarohi's alliance for household peace. She decides to hide her love and step back to keep her sister happy. 13th July 2026. Episode 169. Abhimanyu meets the Goenkas to finalize pre-wedding arrangements and shares an intense, awkward glance with Akshara, completely unaware the families are planning his wedding with Aarohi. Episode 170. Confusion peaks during the tilak preparation. Aarohi rejoices while Akshara breaks down privately. Abhimanyu catches a glimpse of Akshara's tears and grows deeply suspicious. 14th July 2026. Episode 171. Abhimanyu arrives expecting to celebrate his marriage to Akshara, but the official documents name Aarohi. Despite her heartbreak, Akshara stays silent to protect her sister. Abhimanyu interrupts the ceremony and demands Akshara look him in the eyes and tell him the truth. 15th July 2026. Episodes 172 and 173. Harshvardhan commands Aarohi to report at the Birla hospital due to an emergency. Manjari performs Akshara's Griha Pravesh rituals. While Aarohi reports to Abhimanyu at the Birla hospital, Akshara longs for his presence at home. Akshara's rasoi takes place at the Birla mansion. 16th July 2026. Episodes 174 and 175. When Abhimanyu misbehaves with Harshvardhan over breakfast, Akshara is displeased by his behavior. The Goenkas visit the Birla mansion. While performing the post-wedding rituals, Abhimanyu gives some advice to Akshara. She overhears the Birlas and gets shocked to learn about their plan. AKST Kill First, Stitchinese July Stay 2026. Episodes 176 and 177. The staff at the Birla hospital warmly welcomes Akshara and Abhimanyu after their nuptials. Abhimanyu demands an explanation from Harshvardhan. Akshara organizes a surprise party for Manjari and Harshvardhan's wedding anniversary. Rudra invites Aarohi to a gathering at his farmhouse. 18th July 2026. Episodes 178 and 179. Abhimanyu warns Rudra to stay away from Aarohi at the Birla hospital. The Goenkas surprise Manjari and Harshvardhan on their wedding anniversary. The Birlas say goodbye to Akshara as she leaves for the Goenka mansion. Abhimanyu pays her a surprise visit when she falls sick.